Once upon a time, there was a curious and intelligent young man named Liang who lived in a small village in ancient China. He longed to gain wisdom and knowledge to help him navigate the world. He had heard stories of a wise Taoist master who lived in the mountains, and he decided to seek out this master to learn from him. Liang traveled for many days, crossing treacherous rivers and climbing up steep mountains, until he finally arrived at the master's cave. The master welcomed Liang and asked him what he sought. "I want to become wise like you," Liang replied. "Please teach me your ways." The master looked at Liang and said, "Very well. Follow me." The master led Liang to a nearby river and waded into the water. Suddenly, he grabbed Liang by the neck and held him underwater. Liang struggled and gasped for air, but the master held him firmly, not allowing him to surface. Liang's heart raced as he felt the panic of drowning setting in. He thrashed and flailed, desperate for air, but the master continued to hold him down. Just as Liang thought he could take it no longer, the master released him and helped him to the bank of the river. Liang lay there, gasping and coughing up water, his whole body shaking with fear and confusion. "Why did you do that?" Liang demanded, his voice hoarse. The master calmly replied, "When you were underwater, what did you want most?" Liang paused for a moment, his mind still foggy from the experience. And then it hit him. "Air," he said. "I wanted to breathe." The master smiled and said, "When you want wisdom as much as you wanted air, you will find it." Liang stayed with the master for several years, learning everything he could from him. And in time, he became a wise and respected person in his own right, helping others to find their way in the world. But one day, Liang's world was turned upside down. He discovered that a trusted friend and colleague had betrayed him, stealing his ideas and presenting them as his own. Liang was devastated. He had thought this person was a true ally, but now he saw that he had been used. Liang retreated to a secluded spot by the river, feeling lost and alone. He wondered if his quest for wisdom had been in vain, if his hard work and dedication had all been for nothing. As Liang sat there, feeling sorry for himself, he noticed a small sapling growing by the riverbank. It was a thin and fragile thing, but it stood tall and proud, its leaves reaching up to the sky. Liang realized that the sapling was a symbol of hope and resilience. It had grown despite the harsh conditions of the riverbank, and it had stood up straight and strong, even in the face of adversity. Liang felt a new sense of purpose stirring within him. He realized that his quest for wisdom had not been about fame or recognition, but about finding his own inner strength and resilience. He knew that he could not control the actions of others, but he could control his own response to them. With renewed determination, Liang returned to his studies, working harder than ever before. He poured his heart and soul into his quest for wisdom, and he emerged even stronger and wiser than before. And when he looked back on his life, he knew that his journey had been worth it, every step of the way. Liang's story teaches us several important lessons. It shows us the importance of perseverance and determination in achieving our goals. Liang could have given up after the master held him underwater, but he chose to learn from the experience and continue his studies. The story teaches us the power of resilience in the face of adversity. When Liang discovered that he had been betrayed by a friend, he could have given up, but instead he found inspiration in the small sapling growing by the riverbank. This helped him to stay focused on his goals and emerge even stronger. Finally, the story teaches us that we have the power to control our own responses to difficult situations. Liang could not control the actions of his friend, but he could control how he responded to the betrayal. By choosing to redouble his efforts to learn and grow, Liang showed that he had the power to shape his own destiny. If you've enjoyed this video, make sure to subscribe